Hey, people, I'm not here for the long run. I just want to say that I got the fucking C19 now. I know it's not that nice to talk about here. That everybody is saying, don't talk about it, but I don't give a fuck because I'm sick now. But it's not that bad. Everybody is telling it's so bad, 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 bad. But I don't give a flying F. So, to people I know I fuck with, if you see this rerun, I just want to say to you all that I got a lot of love to you guys, especially Doc. I mean, he hates when I say love. He's some gay shit. It's not home, not from me. Uh, but I have to be isolated for like 14 days. I just read. Yeah, sorry, using towels and shit because I'm fucking sick. And it kills me right now. Must there's no view. Um, this is kind of self-talk for me because what happened the last year has been 2 years. Let me say 2 years. 2 years ago, um, almost to this day, I lost my mom. 6 weeks after, and let me say, my mom, she was alive like a month or two. So it's only like, it's not that long ago, actually, because my dad, he died like in winter, like he died 6 weeks after, and he died in January. It's December. Yeah. In the end of December, he died. Christmas almost. Um, that's a year and a half. Um, you should think that a girl who loves you, she said, would a domestic dispute is something that happens between grown-ups. But if you live in the drama sphere at home, you see, not gonna say shit about my wife. I'm just gonna say this. Um, I've been homeless, literally. I've been in the gutters. I've been living like the ants. I've been living underground. You know what I mean? So when I hear these, I'm outside, I'm outside, I'm outside, it makes me even more sick than I am. I can't even see the screen. It's kind of funny. But the thing is, to hear all you fuck six bastards, you know, you should get a life. Because what I'm saying here is, it's always about this and that. And let me be honest. When I catch this virus, what the fuck it is, I was thinking I'm done. I'm not. You know, my lungs, because I would think my lungs gonna kill me if I catch this shit. But no, no. But to all the real motherfuckers who's been following Doc, who's been following Tommy, uh, and on their way, I just want to say my fucking trip started 2 years ago. I started to fuck with a guy called. I must admit, I fucked with JB Gunner. I thought he was funny. I didn't know his history. I'm from Denmark. Let me just say this to you. I did not know anything about his history. But he's a nice, actually, he's a good fellow. And I don't think he's racist, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. I knew him for a short while. He said hi to me when I was in the chat and shit. But again, I see a lot of racism going on other places. For me, who lives uh, live overboard or overseas, It's not that normal to hear people say the N word and shit like that. It's kind of weird for me. Even black people don't say it like they do over there. So when I hear, and I don't care if you're light skinned, black skinned, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't say that word anyway. I hate that word. Um, but I'm proud when I'm talking to people in America. I think it's so cool when they're reading something. You see, we learn in school. You have to read everything there's stand in the book or in the things you're reading. And you know what? It's weird because in Denmark, people don't say like the N word, even though they're sitting. I do now. But even now, though you're sitting in a classroom and there's like three black people, they say it all. But now I can't even try to explain to you how much racism I saw when I literally opened my eyes. We, even Eskimo is the wrong term for our natives in Greenland, you know. But what I wanted to tell you is about my travel. Is yeah, I've been traveling all over the world. I thought I was ready to calm down, play a little music like I do now, lose some pounds like I have done now. This is almost too big for me, man. This is kind of crazy. I lost like 30 pounds. Oh no, sorry, 30 kilos. That's weird. But then again, I was not in a good place at all. I love, actually, I have no problems with my ex. No, I don't. Um, the only problem I have is if you take something, um, she took everything away from me like this because I yelled at her. I didn't hurt her. I didn't smash her. I didn't hit her. I didn't push her. I didn't hold her. I did nothing. I yelled because that's what you do in the street. And I must admit, I'm not out of the streets yet. It's a progress. If you lived in the gutters like I did, you have to hustle every fucking day to get your fucking, fix. And I'm not lying here. Why the fuck should I say this about myself? You know what? Yeah, I am an addict, and I'm proud to be one. So all you fucking people that thinks that that's a weakness, no. What Doc did, I was so, I had so much respect for what he did the other day. Say, and I don't know how long he's gonna say. I don't think he's gonna stop drinking. But he knew it was a problem to sit with a Southern Comfort and his beers. He knew he was getting too fucked up. And that's cool. That's showing you the first, actually the first step in AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and also the first step in Narcotics Anonymous. But I can't really be. I'm in AA because I've been sober for like 17 years, and it's no easy peasy way. It's not. Because in Denmark, I think it's like America. Alcohol is like a party drug. I call it a drug because it is a drug. No matter how you say it, but you drink it, it's legal. Okay, weed is legal now. Isn't that a drug? Morphine is legal if you got prescription drugs, prescription for pain. Ain't that a drug? So you see, it's how you spin the narrative. And perks is drugs. No matter who you are, if you're Prince, it's still fucking drugs. So my ex, she chose to, after living in the gutters on the street, really, really hardcore in Istegade. That's a street. You should look it up. It's Isted and then Gade in Denmark, Copenhagen. I lived there for 7 years. 7 years. 7 years of my life, I had to get about the money was about 3,000, 4,000 a day. That's about $700 dollars. I had to find that, and I did not hurt anybody. Of course, I hurt somebody, some rich motherfucker, because I choose to steal in big stores like Walmart and shit. Meat, you can always get away with that. Good meat, you can sell that on bars in Copenhagen and all kind of shit. So that was my life. After being a professional musician who everybody fucked with, who everybody invited to their like release parties, all that shit. Suddenly I was this, oh, don't go too close to him. There was this guy. I met him like 2 days ago, and he literally said to me, "Hi, I went to school with you." I said, "No." "Yeah, I went to music. It was the music. It was after education. It was the music." "Yeah, I was your fucking teacher." And this guy, "Oh, that's right. You were the funny teacher." And I said, "Yeah, I was the funny teacher." But you see, I'm not here to educate anybody how to be real and how not to be. See, the stupidest thing is I'm sitting here with the laptop and it works. Look, kind of funny. Kind of funny. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny now? But what I wanted to say is, I just want to say there's always going to be problems in the city. There will always be domestic disputes. But I saw, you see, domestic disputes can be horrible, and I'm not lying. And my ex, she's been living in a lot of violent relationships, and that I did not understand because I never lived in a violent relationship. Maybe when I was not violent, like violent, violent, never. I must say, when I was an addict, it's very hard not to have sick altercations when and domestic dispute when you are two addicts together. That's active. You can't. And what the fuck? What are people doing? Get the fuck over here. I'm trying to tell my life story, but now I can do it without even nobody's, because it's good for me. It's like I'm like isolated, and this is my way. This is my fucking AA meeting today. I'm looking forward. I know it's fucked up time, like in America right now, because that's where all my bodies and people hang out. You see, I have nothing bad to say. I love my stepkids. I did love them. I did. I love Stefan. I love him very much because we've been through something. And I told him, "You were the only one who showed me mercy." Because, do you think I feel good? I don't have my dog anymore. I bought a 70-inch TV for my mom and dad's inheritance. She took it. I could never do that. If I knew her dad was dying and we bought a TV, I would, of course, take it. It's from your dad's money. Of course, you have to have that. Not even that. She called the police and said I had smashed the whole house. Let me say, in the living room, the only thing that was hers, not the pictures, not the TV, not the stereo. You see, and she said, and my dad's guitar that I lost. That's very sad. You see, that's within 12, 30, 13 months after my dad's death. I went into a depression. And I was lying upstairs smoking. But she said I've been lying there for years, even though I have proof that I didn't lie there for years. I've shown Facebook messages and all kind of shit that was a year old. But when you're lying upstairs, I understand her. It's not that. But she always took my phone as it was her own phone book or something like that, you know? And I said to her, it was all right. It's okay. I don't give a fuck, because I have nothing to hide. Then she told me a lie. She said that her sons already had said because I had no weed. Let me explain to you. I smoke weed. That's why I can't come in Narcotics Anonymous because I smoke weed and because I get medicine from a doctor, not from the streets. But you see, I broke my back a year ago. You see, I'm not mad, but call this a domestic dispute. And she says she's been living with alarms and all kind of shit because her ex wanted to kill them, and she's been living in a relationship where she got kicked her ass every fucking day. Okay, but I yell at you and you fucking call the police. And the funniest thing is, I have a lot of knowledge about our next door neighbors. They talk hell a lot of bullshit about her, and you don't even know that. They always say, "Oh, Nicholas never gonna be anything, never." Okay, and your kids is doing great. Yeah, you see, you don't look at the reality. You don't, and you're afraid that I'm going to tell Haley what you said about her. I will not, but you owe her to say to her what you have said about her children and what you have said about her. See, now I know that something was wrong because she's never go with ballistic about my phone, about her phone. So I know something is going on. You see, that's why I got mad. Let me see that fucking phone. Give me it, man. Because she always said, if I said, no, give me my phone. Oh, something wrong? You're hiding something? She was like that. But she always plays the victim. And call the police and say, he's dangerous. He's smashing the whole apartment. The police come inside. They look. They look around. They can see nothing is smashed. Nothing is broken. Nothing is at all what she said. But the police said to me, Mass, you have to go. And I actually, if I wanted to, I could make her pay a lot. I've been to a solicitor, a lawyer, talked to him, and he said, you can get all the money back you spent on this hotel for 3 months. I would never do that. Never. But he said, if you think I should, and I should make a disclaim to the police about they did something wrong, they threw me out, and she can't do that. You can't just fucking take my address off because I did nothing to you, biatch. Nothing. Is that why you never went to concerts with me? Because you can't stand the fucking high sound? But you went a lot. You went to concert with me all the time. Where the fuck is your logic? Can you understand? I'm a little, I'm not scorned. I don't love you. I love Stephen. And let me love that guy because I love him. You see, people, I know there's nobody here, so don't matter. But the reason is I had a depression, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Not at all. Why should I? You see, I was lying. My dad had been dead for a year, and he died young, and my mom died young. You know what her answer was to that? Oh, my girlfriend loved it. She was over it after a year. Yeah. Did she lose her mother and her father like this? No. But it is what it is. I did. And I know how it feels. But the depression, the good thing that came out of the depression is I'm looking healthy. I lost weight. I'm seeing another girl. Who thought that that would be possible? You know what I mean? Because everybody saw me as this loser suddenly. I was not playing music, they say. I'm going out to play a gig next week. Not next, this week, actually. I have to play today. I have to rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. Because you see, Vito Dollars, salute my man. How you doing, Vito? I'm just chopping up. Well, I'm saying I had, Vito, when you're in love and you lose a woman, and I was together with this woman for 9 years, and I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just saying how domestic dispute is a domestic dispute. And but the good thing about it is, look, I lost weight. I'm back in the game again. I am making music again, Vito. So, and I'm going out to play gigs. I played gigs last week. I'm playing gig this week. So it's all like it's yourself. I had a depression, and I must admit that I was in a very bad place, and that ah yeah, do that, Vito. I would love to make some music with you, and you know that because I love your beats, man. And we could make a movie. Can I ask what kind of movie it was? No, it doesn't matter. Surprise me. I would love to make, and we should do that because getting the RP types. I'm good at that shit. I literally made a lot of guitar R&B type sound. I know, and I have the I have the shit to do it. I have like um, all my pedals and shit like that is made for R&B and B and for soul, actually old school R&B also, and but it's got what I need. I have all the right sounds. I actually got them here, Beetle. And this box is the magic. That's the magic. That box is having. Oh, I turned it around wrong. Uh, Look here, Vito. You see, this here is a Vito. That's Vito. That's you can see his name's Vito. That's a loop pedal, and this Hall of Fame. That's TC Electronic. It's a very good firm. T-Rex. That's Chorus. That's Mudhoney. But this and this and this too will make the music sound a lot better, no doubt. And I have a Telecaster and a Stratocaster, and you can't get no better guitar for R&B than that. Especially my new Strat. Um, that's what French uses. That's what used. Let me say that. He's not alive. Newcomers? No, I can't see shit. A drum pad? Yeah. You're looking for one? Yeah, Beat Machine. Next year. Old school, yeah. A drum pad is cool. My drummer has an old school drum pad, but you see, you can buy so many good sounds to this day. I'm actually here listening to a YouTuber who's making a beat while he's standing, and the people say, "We want to listen to. Can you play this number?" And he say, "No." And then he's actually not from America, but he lives in Florida. Then he listens. Then he plays it. Not maybe not as it is, but you damn sure can hear that that's the melody. He's so quick, but he's making the beat, and it's kind of old school. But he can make fucking. He can put. I think it's on the drum pad. I think he can mix five sounds together in one beat. And you see, as a street musician, that's a good thing. Basics on a real drum pad. I want to learn the basics on a real drum pad. Yeah, I understand that. But you can also get the machines. Let me there's these machines where there's yeah, where there's a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. What the fuck? Oh, there's been a famous musician here. No, I want to know actually. I haven't even said hello to him. It's a guy who played in a band called what the fuck was their name? Pretty Mates, I think. They were big in Japan. But he's a old rock kid, you know, like me. But he's like too much, you know, of a rock and roll. I'm not that. I'm an like Vito says. I like my R&B. So Vito, I'll make it. You gotta trust that shit. Just send me. I'll put my email to you, Vito. I can't remember if I got yours. I think I do. But nice to see you, Vito. But back to the basics, and that is when you're in need of yeah. Oh, you got my email. Oh, that's good. Good, Vito. Uh, Permission, yeah, but again, if you play, oh, you want to sample. You see, there's a lot. Do you know what's that drum? Easy Drummer. You know that program? Easy Drummer. You don't know that? It's got all the fucking great sounds and all. You can literally sound like a fucking monster on the drums, but you can still sound R&B. You can make a lot, but that's a whole. That's not what you're thinking. I think because I made you heard about it. Yeah, it's a very good program. I used it on a lot of records. But there's also I worked with this producer from New York called Daniel Whitney, and I can't remember the last one name. He was actually the one who was producing. Dennis Mitchell. Sorry, he was a big time producer in New York, and it was a pleasure to work with them. He was working on a drum pad, making the drum machine, you know, a drum machine like this, and that was 99, I think it was, like 22 years ago or something like that. And he was a monster. Let me say, he made a hit with me on that shit. And but they fucked me over like money wise. So it was not that. It was a great experience working with these two. They just came from New York, and the one of them were married. He got married in New York to this model I know called Cecilia. She's a wonderful girl, you know, and she got married to him, but he was a um, like a lot of managers is. They just want your money. They don't give a fuck what you do. I was actually, let me be honest. I was still in the gutters, and he took me kind of up, you know. So I thought I owed him the respect. So I did not even yell and say, "You fucked me over, man." You know, he's taking 60% of a number I made. And he says because he's taking 60% is because he took the chorus out. So you have to be careful in this fucking business. That's why I have this. No, this. Taking care of business. Can you see which is there? It's multitude, I know, for God's sake. But you know, this is literally all this is And I always loved Elvis. I know he was a piece of shit, I heard. But, I loved his taking care of business uh, reality. Uh, no being too sick. But he was taking a lot of drugs and he died of that shit. There's a lot of musicians who dies of drugs. I don't know why. You see you up all night. When the party starts, they walk home. So you party alone and you have been up for like 23 hours. So what can keep you up? Cocaine. That's what we did. Actually, our roadie was dealing cocaine. So you see, King Kane was like on tour, sometimes 14 days, where we didn't sleep at all. I've been playing gigs where I couldn't sing. Literally. I've been playing gigs in that street I told you about. It's called Istedgade, Denmark, Copenhagen. Write it down and fucking take a look on that street. There, back in the day, it was worse. Today is like, now it's gonna be this new neighborhood for rich people. I heard, but I don't think the police can get all the fucking junkies out. I don't think so. It's been there for like ages since the World War II. They were doing crime there before that, so it's always been a crime infected area. So a lot of bosses owns buildings and shit like that. But the police have made it very difficult to be a dealer in there. So I actually play, and this is my fault. You see, I was playing a gig in Copenhagen. I got paid 7,000, and I was alone, all by my lonesome. And I'm an addict. I am. I'm not lying. But I have I had to say the Serenity Prayer. I had to go down to, the main station in Copenhagen is infected with drugs. Literally. They were there were some people that could see I was kind of emotional, I was yelling, I was kind of stupid. And these people come on to me, you want some cocaine? And I said, no, get the fuck out of here. He said, what did you say? I said, get the fuck out of here. And then my my proudness of saying no to these assholes who just want me down, and they knew me because I'm not saying I'm famous like that, but I'm more, what do you call that? I don't even know the English word for that. I'm not doing this to the Danish people who's going to see this. I'm not doing this in Danish. There's a reason why. Like Vito Dolls would never get the fuck out of here. Never get the fuck in here if I was speaking Danish. And we are going to make some music together, you see? But Vito is perfecting his craft. And I think he's a young guy. He lives in Chicago. Chicago is the murder capital almost of, I think it is, in the United States. And and I have so much respect for this young man. He's he's funny as hell, and he's always taking care of his brothers and sisters, and I have a humongous respect for young people who's not just living that life. Claire, hello, 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 hello. Hope you're doing great. I'm just sitting and chilling, telling a little about my story, a little about my music career, and what's going on. And I was saying that I'm isolated right now because of the C-19. So I had to do something. And I was sitting, I didn't even make a notification or anything. So I didn't schedule this. So I don't know what to say. I'm just thinking because you get kind of blurry when you have that shit. It's kind of weird. But as I say, Vito, he's literally making it in Chicago as a young dude where people are dying. This drill music is making people kill each other like it's nothing. And I heard in UK it's very bad too. And I think that's kind of bullshit. No, it's not kind of bullshit. It is bullshit. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's BS, man. It shouldn't be that way. But it is that way, and that's kind of not cool. But it is where I live. There were and people when I hear I'm outside, I'm outside, I'm outside, I'm outside. So go the fuck outside then. If you love it outside, it's no problem. I lived outside for 7 years. What the fuck? In the worst crime infected area in the fucking in Denmark. And that says a lot because when there's crime in Denmark, it's heavy. But we're lucky that we don't have, no, we're not that lucky. Copenhagen is infected where I'm talking about. But the rest of Denmark is not that infected. We have three big towns where it is infected, like big cities is like rats, they more and more and more and more people they start to eat each other soon, man. Like in these cities I've heard about in China where there's like 24 million in one city, and that's not even the biggest. It's kind of they're lying. And in India, there I talked to an Indian man, and he said to me, when you have if you are counting how many people there are in India, you have to say two, four. If you point at one, you have to say two, four, six, eight. That's how many he thinks there are over 2 billion people there. And I've been there, and I must say it's uh, it's a very hardcore feeling you get when you're there. But they're Hindus, so you see, the crime is not. Of course, there's crime. There will always be crime. But you see, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of they're holy in a other way. It's about taking care of yourself. They're very, very, very service minded and stuff like that. Very happy people. Very, even though they got nothing, you know, the holy cows and all that shit. It's. One time my brother was laying in Goa, where all the psychedelic and all that shit come from. Or not come from, but there's a lot of people living down there on acid all the time and shit like that. My brother was down there. He did some work in Bangalore for some kids. He's youth worker, so he worked with kids for free actually for a year and a half, and then he took a half year off just to be cool, to relax a little. He had worked for a long, long time for free, so he wanted some vacation, and they gave him a great present. They gave him a lot of love and a lot of he had a good time there. So it was hard for him to say goodbye. But then he went down to Goa and he said, "There's nothing more funny than you smoke a blunt, you get something to eat. That's like $1 for like eat, drink, food, eat, drink, joint, a little bag of weed, $1." That's crazy. And he said, when you just smoke on the beach and you're lying, he was waking up beside a cow. That's what happens there. But it's beautiful, beautiful beaches and shit like that. I'm not saying I would love to live there because there's so, so, so many people. I couldn't. New York is big for me. I wouldn't live in a city that was bigger than New York, never. But I love New York. I must say that. Um, I heard about that. I heard she's been misunderstood because I saw Tommy there yesterday, and I would love to do that one day. I'm just now, and when it's over, I would love to do that. I heard, I want to. I want to have a bit of fun, and I'm gonna play, so I have to rehearse anyway. The next couple of days, not today, I think, but tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after, I have to rehearse a whole set of all kind of music. So it would be lovely just to play some of the songs I'm gonna play, because the singer I'm gonna I'm gonna replace is actually American. He's a gospel singer from Nashville, and it's kind of funny. I know him, but I didn't know it was him. He's called Malcolm, and I didn't know it was him. I heard the record and I said, Miles said, "You don't know. You would never know who this is." And I said, "Okay," because I knew all the other musicians. That's some of the best musicians in Denmark. And suddenly, I said, "That's Malcolm." He said, "What the fuck? Where do you know him from?" I said, "I lived in Nashville for 2 years. No, not 2 years, but a long time." Yeah, yeah, of course. I heard, and actually, I saw Lagging Theory up there, and Tommy was cool, and she haven't been crazy or anything. I think she just was in a altercation with Mr. Known or something like that. Because I come to find out that it's actually Mr. Known and the Dream Team that's very very wrong here. Tyree Sneed, who's an idiot. Um, I can't understand people will listen to a man that's white who's saying the N word again, again, and again. Um, and Mr. Known, show us your uniform. Show us you in your uniform. You can't just denounce your country. I learned a when I was young, I was a B-boy. I wanted to be American. I wanted to be a motherfucking Puerto Rican from the Rocksteady crew. You know what I mean? And I remember USS Nimitz, no, not USS Iowa, I think it was. Isn't there a ship called hangar called that? It was huge, with planes and shit, with jets and shit on, and we were out there to buy shoes of them. And I was getting paid to show the American people around. And let me say, they wanted to go some pretty, they were fucking army people, Marine, or what the fuck they was, but they were like they were crazy. They were out drinking. But then I remember we burned our flag because they were giving us a lot of money and a lot of love and shit. And then this soldier, he came to us and he said, "Don't ever do that." And I thought he's going to smack us around. But we was so Americanized, if you know what I mean. But you have to be proud of your country, no matter where you come from. It's where you're born. It's where you live. It's and I live in a place where it's free to go to the hospital. It's free to a lot of things is free. So schools is free, university. You get paid to go to university. True. You get a check. It's not that big, but get money to go to school. Ain't that kind of weird? You get paid to take an education. You don't pay for it, but you get paid. That's why I don't understand why there's not a lot more studying, but there's not. Um, you should think there would be doctors and lawyers all over, but there's not. There's a lot of people who's fucking like normal, but you always get paid to get your education here in Denmark, and that's a good thing. You see, I went to music school. It takes 6 years, and I got like what was it? I had to take a bank loan on top of what I got every month. Oh, they do make you pay thousands of pounds. When you study, or if you go to hospital, or no, you don't pay to go to the hospital in UK. No, no, it must be the universities and shit. Yeah, but that's literally we get paid to. Of course we have to buy the books ourselves. That's why we get paid. So we can buy our books and all that shit, our little dorm room and all that shit. University, yeah. I heard it's expensive, but you have some other. I know one of our princes or something went to school there, but it is Oxford is very popular and very famous. I know a lot of people who studied in UK and went home. So that's the rich part of Denmark. They study in the good places in UK and in America, Harvard and all these places. But it is what it is, and I'm happy to see that the Danish people are taking it serious now, and not just because we're seeing more and more of the youth taking it more serious than my generation. My generation, everybody wants to be a circus artist or something like that. You know what I mean? Fucking bunch of clowns, all of us. But I ended up in a very good place. I ended up with the best band in the whole fucking world, you see. And I actually the only one in Denmark who ever got 10 stars out of 5. You can see that's me, young Mats. Where am I? Oh, I can. There I am. There. I was a nice young fella. Bald as fuck. But we got 10 stars out of 5. Maybe one day I'll read what they're saying. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy review. It's the best anyone ever got in the biggest music magazine in Denmark. But I was together with these 7 people. We were 18 when we were played on stage. That means we have 5 horns, we have 4 strings, all the time. The first 3 years, I didn't earn a dime. True. And we had like what's the time difference? It's then it's 10:15 here. It must be. I can look. I think it's 1 hour. Yeah, it is. Now it's 10:16, but yeah, it's morning. Yeah. So yeah, it's early here too. I'm waiting for. I live in a hotel now because I was talking about my relationship with my ex, and domestic disputes are not always what they seem, and I don't want to put her out there or anything, but I was telling about how I lived in the gutters, I came up again. I was coming up. I actually made a record called Coming Up. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's right. Actually, that's the TV show with me. With about me. Not with me. About me. Called Coming Up. And this is a record I made with my dad. That's kind of cool. Where the fuck is? Oh, that's another one. That's a new one. And this one, have to brush all the cocaine away. This is cocaine. If you look closely, look at this 100 bill. That's how I look when I'm fat. But that's old school. Only enough. 8 p.m. Yeah, your time. Come on. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I will. I saw. I heard. Actually, I have been listening to her for a couple of weeks because I think she's doing quite good. And as I am hearing, it's the Cream team that's the worst here. It's not her. Um, I can hear all the fuckery with these people. And if you just, I've Googled with Brian Hurl. I was shocked what they come up. So at 8 p.m. I'll be there. That'll be fun. See you there. Yeah, she's on the green tier. Yeah, they are nasty. Nasty son of bitches. And that Brian Hill guy, it's sad that he stole from his children's charity. Yeah, Cleo, I'll see you there. I'll be finished in 5 minutes, so I'll just see you there. I'll just round this up because I know I'm going to be, my room going to be cleaned soon by the cleaning ladies. They're very nice. I have a very good relationship with them. But I just wanted to say, look, when you do something that you know are wrong and you want to apologize, but you see, having a depression when your father and mother dies within 6 weeks, that's normal. That's very normal. And not getting over it within 13 months, not 30, but 13, a year and 1 month. Then you got kicked out. Sorry, but I find it hilarious. I literally do. I find it hilarious that I got I I talked about something totally out of context from this, and she said, sorry, my stepson said, and I know that's not him. He would never write so articulate, there was writing from him, and he's a 19-year-old guy. You know, I think we treated you with respect, but respect has to go both ways. But I'm glad to hear your broken back is getting better, Stefan. They didn't even call on my birthday. It's like I never existed for them. So why the fuck should I say they existed for me? She tried to fuck me over like 30 years ago, and she's doing the same shit again. I should see it coming because she promised me I could never do homeless. If that ever happened, I would move up to my dad. My dad had a big house. Yeah. Mm. I would never do. I'm not materialistic. No, you're not. Okay. You see, there's a lot of shit that don't add up. It don't add up. So what I want to say about that is always believe in yourself and have something put aside for you. Even though you are in love and everything is fucking purple in the skies and you only see, uh, skies as pillows and you just think it's all so fucking sweet. Then you'll see the monster, the, the girl who's cooking rabbits at your home. I saw that. There was a friend of mine who drove me down there. She stole my dog too. Remember, it's in my name. She never walked that fucking dog. Only when I was sick. I walked that dog for 9 years. In the morning, he was my dog. How do you think he feels? I hope he's forgotten me now, because that she couldn't even see that it was my dog. That's so sickening. It's so sickening. Again, it was from a friend of mine. And this shit is expensive. So I must put it together. And people, I don't have an amplifier here. So if I'm going to play, I'll play acoustic. Even though I have my guitars at home, I'll play acoustic. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, it is. It is cool, and I'm gonna enjoy being there. So it is what it is. But I'm glad that people understand me. But I lost some friends because she's been doing some 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 lying and some. You see, call. I don't know how fucking women get this shit from. You know, some women. I'm not saying all women. You see, I was not on small stages. I was big one once. And again, I'm playing next this weekend. I'm gonna play with Nicolas Compagnol. He's one of the best drummers in Europe. I don't know any better, you know. And I'm gonna play with Michael Milfield. He plays with Larry Graham, Temptations. You know, that's the old guys he's playing with, but he's playing with all the cool guys too. Um, and I'm looking forward to it because um, you don't get out playing that much. The last 2 years, you haven't been out much. If you're me, if you're like Michael and Nicholas and these guys, they've been in pros for so long, and but if you're gone from the business for like only 10 years, you have forgotten. They forget you. It's like that's normal behavior. That's why I'm saying I hope the dog don't remember me anymore. Because last time he just wanted to run with me, and that was sad. He literally wanted to walk with me. He was trying to go this way, and he was trying to go the other way. I cried. She closed the door all the time like I was some monster. She's a fraud. I just got out of my debt. And when I came in, I got a lot of gifts, and I was thinking, where the fuck does she have all that money? I found out because then friends were making a lot of bullshit. And let me tell you something to these two motherfuckers I was talking about just before. You're a very small man. I know shit, and you know shit. You have to tell what you're talking about when you talk to me. How you said that there would never be anything, but I said it too. But don't you play fucking innocent. You're so fucking oh that you're making me the bad guy here. That's kind of funny. Throw the ball away, bitch. Because that's what you are. You're a bitch. I don't understand you. Why the fuck would you? What have I done to you? You just don't like me. I never liked him. He smokes weed. I like the up or down. No, you like this. BS. You see, I can't respect that. I can't respect you and Heidi. I can't. You've been doing me so bad. You've been doing me wrong, and I never done anything to you. But you know, karma is a bitch, and it has no deadline. And that's why I'm saying this now. And Stephen, don't be so mother-like. You know, be like you are now, a man. Let me see if you're still my friend, because then it means you are a man. Because me and your mom's relationship has nothing to do with you. Remember that. Nothing. And I'm glad we still are friends on Facebook. You know? But you don't answer me back, so And last time I could see it wasn't your writing, it was your mom. And that's okay. But I can't write to you if you're showing your mom. Uh, it's just weird. It's it's personal things, but it's not that personal anymore. Because it's a story. Because I'm over it. I'm just telling people. Don't matter how much in love you are. Don't matter how good the thing is. She said I was only yelling. And I think she's a good woman in many ways. But I don't have respect for her anymore. No respect whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. The respect should be both ways, and it's not. And how can you give respect when you have a depression? You see, there's a lot you don't know, my ex. You don't know a lot. That's a lot you don't know. What's happened last year? You don't know shit. You don't know what I know. But live in your fantasy world. Do that. I don't know what to say. I know one thing. I'm playing gigs, I've lost weight, and I'm doing great. So, whatever the case is, don't think I'm a dangerous motherfucker or anything. I'm just playing my music. I want to get up there, and it's going fine. And I'm looking so forward to this weekend. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play with some fucking good funk musicians, soul musicians, and some of the best you can get for money. No, actually, we've been playing, but we have this drummer with us who's a very cool dude too. So it costs a little money for the guy. It actually a good day for me because even though I'm the singer and the guitar player, and I have a lot of shit to do, I have a lot of respect for other musicians too. If you don't have the respect and the happiness playing together, there's no reason why playing together. There's no reason. But now I have a lot of respect for these, and now I've always had respect for these two people I'm going to play with. And you see, it's respect on another level. It's something I can't explain. It's when you play with people like that, you don't think about all the bullshit that's just happened. Um, I wish my ex a wonderful life. I really do. I hope she's together with a good man now. I don't hope he's yelling at her if you call the cops. But you see, I literally have seen domestic disputes. That's a whole other thing. This was not a thing to call the police for. That's what I mean. You don't know a person until you show your true colors. And she showed me her true colors. And that's sad. It's sad you've been together for 8 years and then you can't even talk. You can't even sit down and talk like grown-ups about a dog. She haven't even been writing to me. What about? Don't you want to see a gizmo? But she gave me the dog things with me. That why the fuck should I have them? Because you don't want to see them because they came from my mommy, and you didn't even take a picture. I don't understand things like that. That's just me. That's because I'm not that kind of a guy. Normally I just walk. But here I'm just saying, people don't believe everything your spouse says. If it goes south, um, you have to have something aside. And actually, I inherited 120,000 like a year ago, and it's weird. And now I don't have money to pay for an apartment. I'm making money right now. I'm earning money, but it's kind of irritating to put your money away that you've just been earning. You know, I'm a party man, so I would like to go out and party. You know, or party smoke. It is what it is, man. But don't ever, 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 ever tell me that I been a cheap bastard because you didn't make that fucking. You know, I talked with them, the place I buy my fucking smoke from the trees. You know what I mean? And they said the most you have bought is like half a kilo. And I said, how much is that? Well, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,000. That means there's 95,000 back. They don't remember how I went down the house, give 1,000 kronas, 1,000 kronas. That doesn't matter. It's the way the disrespect is coming. I don't understand that. That I haven't even got a call if my dog is good. I don't even know how he feels. If she's alive, if I won't call her. Never. So you see, when there's something living involved, you have to talk like grown ups. And if you've been together for fucking 8 years, no, I don't care if you know you found a new guy or what the fuck the case is. I don't care, but I care about my dog. Does that make sense? Of course, I care about my dog. He was my little dog. I love that little fucker. he was. He could be a pain in the ass, but he was fucking nice. You know, he was a good dog. I miss him. So everybody who have a dog, always get your fucking dog in your name, even though, you know, I can't even explain it. Because it's almost eating my heart up, that dog. And I must admit, she was good to me a lot of times. I'm not saying that she was bad, all bad. I'm just saying, remember, if you get some money, always put like 30, 40,000 aside. So you have, if something goes south, you never know when it happened. I didn't see this coming. Yeah, in a way I did. But not with the police and everything. You know, you can make a, instead of calling the neighbor, can you look? And these two neighbors, bitches as they are, erased me from Facebook like I was some kind of monster. Fuck them. Because I talk bad to Senate? Fuck her. What the fuck is she? You know what she said? I got my ass full of money. I said, no, you don't. You don't drive a Bentley with a fucking driver. That's where I grew up, biatch. That's having money, a silver spoon in the ass. That's having money. You know what I mean? You can't say, as I have respect for the working women, I do. But when you say you're a flex worker, that means in Denmark, it's not even the fucking place who pays you. They pay half Not even half. I think it's 30% of your fucking salary. But there's standing that is from them that's paying all. But it's fucking the fucking commune who's paying the rest of the money. I played for Crown Princess and shit. And what the fuck have she done? And you on her side now? Michael, you are a laugh. You're false and you're making yourself look really, really bad. I had a depression. Get into your mind. Get into your head. I was in a bad place. You couldn't even see it. That was makes me that's make me that was really got to me. It really got. How can I explain this? Because my English is not that good right now. Because I'm fucking sick and I don't give a fuck about it right now. I feel. But listen here. Don't ever let you. Don't ever let your feelings. Take over your fucking. Uh, but if you sense something is wrong, something is wrong. You know, I'm not here to bash her, and I don't think I have, because she's a lovely lady. She'll find a man, and my boys will find a good woman. Because one of the one of the guys, one of my boys, my ex boys, sounds good. Um, but Stephanie's still my boy. He's my boy. And Gizmo is still my boy. I don't give a flying fuck what they think. But I know I went play apple. We had these oranges we played football with on the hospital. We made a fucking party of going to the hospital. He had leukemia when he was about 14. We think he got it since he was 12. He was so little when I came into the family. He was a very small teenager. Let me say it by that. So when he got sick, it was a disaster. I was almost dying inside, and so was his mother. I know that. But for me, it was tough on me too. Then I lose both my parents. Of course, I got a depression. What the fuck do you think? And I'm not afraid to say a depression. You can't think, um, and sometimes it's not even the weed's fault. I haven't smoked weed for 5 days, but I don't feel about smoking. You know what I mean? Weird. But people, it was good to talk, and I'm Claire. I'm gonna come. I know you're not there, but I'm gonna come and to my little ex family. I'm sorry that I had a depression. I am literally, but when you're losing what I just lost, you're not in the best place. You know what I mean? So take care of each other. Talk to each other. Don't ever think you know what another person is thinking. Don't ever think that, because it will bite you in the ass. Um, I must admit, I was non-sexual with her. There was no so to a certain degree. Of course, it's my fault, but it's just me saying, take care of yourself first and foremost. Because at the end of it, it's always yourself. That's the trouble. Think that. Always go out from you. But then again, a lot of my brothers said, get the fuck away from that. And he told me, my brother said something that was very true. He said, well, brother, do you know why we didn't visit you? And I said, no, why? He said, it was not a nice place to be. I said, what do you mean, man? And he wouldn't tell me, that fucker. So, but people, see you. I'm sorry. I want to say goodbye in a good manner. Sorry to my, if you feel butthurt over anything I said, this was not a string. It was just improvising, having the fucking disease and being dizzy as hell. You see, life is good. Enjoy life. Don't let anybody take over your life. Don't let anybody tell you what you can do and what you should do. Don't. Be your fucking self. And if you can't be yourself around that woman, get the fuck out of Notch. Or Dodge. Notch. You know what I mean? I mean, if you don't feel that you can be who you are, get the fuck out of there. Because then you can't be you. I was not me. I couldn't sleep with a friend without her. I couldn't do all these things normal people do. My friend called me and said, why do you lived here for 8 years, man. Where the fuck are you? Of course I shouldn't live with him for 8 years again. It's not that. But I'm just saying, always be yourself. If you can't be yourself in any relationship, don't matter, rich, poor, if you can't be who you are, get out of there. And it can't go, it just can't be fast enough. You know what I mean? So I don't hold anybody accountable for what happened to me other than me, because it was me who couldn't handle my mom and dad. So people, always be yourself, and if that's not good enough, okay. So I'll definitely, and I saw Tommy and chopping it up with Empress Janet. So Claire, I'll listen to you and I'll go over there tonight and see what's happening. I'll ask Tommy first and Doc first because I want to know, Claire. So I just have to talk to Tommy first. Tommy is my man, and he's been with me since the beginning, So, and I wish him well, the motherfucker. And Doc, I hope you're good. I'm sorry you can't see me now, but it was an awful thing. Doc he was getting a seizure when you have asthma. You can get seizures. He got one, a bad one. So take care of yourself, and always be yourself. And Doc, he was saying, and I take do this to him. I salute him very, very much. Because the first step, as I said, is to admit you have an addiction. And I'm not saying Doc never's gonna drink again. Maybe he just had a bad run drinking. I'm not positive he's certified alcoholic. I just think that he thought that drinking that much was okay, but he wanna do something else, and that's cool. I love Doc for who he is. No homo. I'm just saying. Tommy is another one. We say we love each other here in Denmark. We're stupid when it comes to that. But people, peace. And I was sitting with my laptop. It's literally just here. That's stupid. Isn't that stupid? I'm sitting with my laptop and I'm using my phone. See you, people.